Welcome to Creator Work Ethic of the Year Awards by yours truly, the Social Insider. This is an award ceremony I want us to have just to spotlight creators whose work ethic is admirable, okay? Especially for those of you who want to take content creation seriously in 2024. The creators I'm going to mention here and their work ethic, is worth studying. You can learn from these people and implement, in your own strategies for 2024 so that by the end of the year, God willing, you will be singing a new song. You will have excelled greatly. Now, I would have wanted to do a best content, of 2023 or content of the year awards. But let's be honest, guys, influencers and creators this year, they have brought it. Like, there's no need of, I would be lying actually if I said I have a top 10 list. I don't. Like, the videos I have saved of good content this year, ni mob. There are so many. So I figured instead of doing that, let's learn from people who's, the way they work, the way they carry themselves, especially as a business, as a creator business, we can learn from. So without speaking too much, let's get into it. And if you're new here, subscribe. If you're watching this and you've not subscribed, subscribe. I'll be posting a lot more on this platform, more than even on the other platforms. So join the club. Now, in no particular order, I want to start with the one, the only Stephanie Nganga. You guessed right, if you were guessing. Steph has brought it this year. Like, her work ethic, guys. Like, Stephanie, if you ever watch this, you need to tell us how you manage your time, what books you're reading, what podcasts you're listening to, because you're doing things very, very differently and in a very professional way. So anyway, for me, Stephanie has been so consistent with her channel. She has 4 segments. Let's break Stephanie down. 4 segments on her channel, okay? She has to bring people together for this segment. There's no segment where Stephanie's alone, okay? You can imagine how many phone calls she's had to make, how many WhatsApp messages, how many emails, if there were any emails, to be able to deliver just one video every week. So much. I see so much that goes into this production. The consistency, okay? The quality. People usually say invest in quality content more than quantity. Others say just have more videos, then you improve your quality as you go. Steph has all these things, has all the above. The quality is there, the production is top notch. The quantity, being able to keep up with weekly uploads. Then I think just that bringing people together. Guys, can you imagine? Think about it. Some of her segments have like 6 people. Maybe there's someone who bailed at the last minute and she had to poke someone else in there. Like, that work ethic, guys, is admirable. So the consistency, quality of output, and quantity of output. And she's still able to do her own content, her paid partnerships over on Instagram. Steph Sijuna Lala Sangapi. I don't know what time this chick is sleeping, but she is at, my number 1 spot when it comes to creator work ethic. So if you're out there and you see yourself in Steph, you admire her, those are the things she's doing. So yeah, my number 2 spot, as I've mentioned in no particular order, is Shika Arora. Shika, guys, is the queen of collaborations. Me, I have not seen anyone collab the way this chick has collabed with people. And if you see yourself in Shika, if you're outgoing, outspoken, you're not afraid of people, you're extroverted, Shika is your person, okay? I'm going to read all the people I was able to see she has collabed with. Wahoo, Tesi Gashie, that's Miss Gashie, Mamito, Ajib, Martina, Rotimi, Just Ivy, Wix Mangura, Kimanzi, DJ Grouchy, Eli, Dance General, Crazy Kenna, and I'm not done. Like, she has collabed with so many people, and you would think that these collabs are just let's say hi to people. No, it's like well done production. Yeah, high quality, good concept. So Shika, for me, her work ethic, the way she's able to just collaborate with people, reach out. I'm sure she's reached out to people. Hi, I have this idea. Let's work together, etc. And being consistent with that has made her blow up, has made her grow so fast. She's working with so many brands. I know her bank account this year has been happy. Okay, so This is another creator I think is worth emulating when it comes to work ethic. Just that idea of not being afraid, not being afraid of reaching out to people, not being afraid of collaborating, not being afraid of asking people for advice. Like Shiksha she's fearless. She's so fearless. So yeah, that's something I want you guys to take home with you, to be fearless like Shiksha, to ask people. Maybe right now you need to start thinking of people you can collaborate with. Start writing those lists, start sending out the DMs. Hi, I do this, can we collab? I have this idea. That's Shiksha for you. So this is another person's work ethic I wanted to spotlight. At number 3, I mentioned no particular order, is Tamina Semo. Tamina this year has bloomed. You're told to bloom where you're planted. She has been planted in this space for a while. This year she has just bloomed in ways that are unexplainable. And with Tamina, I think for me, the work ethic that I see with her is confidence. I don't know whether confidence is a work ethic, but let's look at it as a work ethic, as a drive, okay? That she's confident. She affirms herself. She's not afraid. I love her positivity series. I don't know whether to call it that. Just the affirmations, the positivity, the fearlessness. Like, I like her attitude. The way she'll just come on camera and say, if you think I'm cringe, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. I will post if I want to post. Like, there are many people, and I know some of you here who are watching, who are so afraid of what people will think. Do I look good enough? Am I slim enough? Am I fat enough? Am I saying I hate how my voice sounds? I don't know. All these things we keep telling ourselves, which stop us from, doing what we know we should be doing. Thames doesn't care. Tamina does not care one bit. And this drive has really made her stay consistent, okay? Because if you're not constantly reminding yourself you're good at what you do, you're strong, you can have moments of inconsistency because you're doubting yourself. Thames has powered through the motions of this year just by reminding herself that she's got what it takes and she's really good at it. She's great at it. So anyway, Tamina, of course, with the content, again, she has delivered. I will never forget that Dairyland ad. In fact, if I was to do a top 10, y'all, if I was to do a best content of the year, Thames would probably be at number 1 or number 2. So anyway, yeah, Tamina's work ethic, in terms of her confidence, her positivity, just her drive in allowing herself to excel and not be afraid or ashamed, is something I want you all to carry in 2024. Hakuna kuogopa. We're not afraid of nobody. We're not afraid of opinions, comments. We're doing the damn thing. So Thames for you. That's Thames for you. At number 4, my number 4 spot goes to Victor Peace. Can we talk about Victor Peace for a hot minute? Now, a little backstory. If you don't know, Victor used to be Sharon Mundia's photographer back then, during the blogging days when Sharon was VCZ. So Victor was just a behind the scenes guy for the longest time. Like I personally, because I've been with Sharon from those days, Victor was just a behind the scenes guy. He rarely talked. I actually thought he was introverted and very quiet, who just produced very good pictures for Sharon's blog. By the way, Sharon's blog was like the standard. Okay, like if you had a blog, you always had to go check what is Sharon doing, try and emulate. Anyway, that was Victor as a photographer. And then I think he got a corporate job, and he sort of stopped doing photography. He slowly faded out of the photography scene and went into corporate. Then he came back now as a creator. But then when he came as a creator, because I used to see his videos, he came as a very quiet guy, just a quiet guy who cleans, like his those minimalist guys who don't talk much. That was the vibe I got from Victor when he just started creating content. He had a very white aesthetic. He still has it, but like it was just cleaning. Everything was white, cleaning, quiet. Then I don't know from where he allowed himself to be himself. I didn't even know Victor was funny or corny or silly. Victor has allowed himself to be. I think that's just his work ethic that I have seen this year. Like, whatever he decides to put out, he's not second guessing, like, am I coming off too strong? Am I coming off too Victor this year has just been Victor, the Victor we never knew existed. Okay. He has pushed himself. He has also collaborated with so many people this year. He has taken up space. That's what I think I call, or people like to call, taking up space. Feeling, taking up space in a setting. Yeah. Victor has not come as a I'm trying. No, this is I'm coming and this is me. Okay. So even for you guys, some of you have been playing yourself small. Some of you are afraid of showing your personality. In fact, there's a creator I had a one-on-one session with. For your information, I have one-on-one coaching sessions. If you'd like one, you can, DM me over on Instagram. Anyway, this creator was telling me how they're in the law space, the legal space, and there's an expectation of how you should carry yourself online as a person working in legal and whatnot. But like, once we had our session, I told them, you need to allow yourself to be who God created you to be. And now it's like a bird that has been left to fly. Some of you are like that. You need to allow yourself, give yourself permission to fly. Okay, stop being there in your cage. You're afraid. Look at Victor. He's working with Samsung. He's working with all these big brands, Coca-Cola. Please, okay, give yourself permission. That is a work ethic we need in 2024. We are not afraid of nobody. And of course, Victor has been so creative with his concept. You can tell, like, he's just not shooting wake up shoot. He's conceptualizing his videos. They're so creative. Like, if I was to have a top 10 list, I know his video that he did with Wabosha featuring La Roche, the sunscreen, would probably make it up there. Like, good content needs to be memorable. Yeah. If someone can remember your video, you have won. So I remember that video, and I don't think I'd forget where his mom comes and just smothers sunscreen on his face during his date with Babosha. So anyway, that's Victor's work ethic. He has allowed himself to take up space. He's given himself permission to just create without fear of nobody. Next up, and finally, is Chris Njoki. I want to put Chris Njoki here because Chris has taken up space this year. Okay, you would not even imagine that a few years ago Chris was not in the space. Chris has come on strong. She's hit the ground running. For the longest time, I knew Chris as just Joy Candy's best friend or friend, close friend. Okay, for the longest time. In fact, I used to know Joy has this best friend who's kind of quiet, not quiet at all. Now we know she's not quiet. Then slowly I started seeing her with the Icon brand, which she owns. Kidogo. Then all of a sudden, Chris Njoki as a brand. This chick, I think she's already at 100K followers. For the longest time, I think she used to be at like 30K. Never used to move the needle, never used to move much, and now she's just, she has crossed over. Now she's a successful creator. I can imagine. And she's working with big brands. Her quality of content is up there. Like, she's not playing around with quality. The series she's come up with where she's cooking and talking about social issues, man, like, Chris, if I was to say like a creator of the year award, probably Chris is up there. Yeah, Chris has just shown us that you can be fearless. You can give yourself permission. Yeah, I think it's just about giving yourself permission to just take up space. Some of you are probably like Chris Njoki. You're behind the scenes. Yeah, to now you're known, but you're not known, and you're probably not giving yourself permission to just come actually in the space and just do it. Like, where you say, you throw your hands, you're like, come and buy. I'm doing this thing, and I'm doing this thing for real. So that's been Chris Njoki as one of my creator work ethic awardees. And I have a few honorable mentions, one being Judy Nyawera. This is Abel Motua's wife, Mkurugenzi. Just like Chris Njoki, Judy has also taken up space this year. Yeah, fearless, don't care, I'm doing it. Limiting beliefs, all the things that are usually in your mind telling you, oh, you can't do it. Oh. Judy, for the longest time, I didn't even know her. We didn't even know who Abel Motura's wife was. We just used to see a pretty lady in probably the newspapers, but nothing much. We didn't know much about who Judy was, but she's come on strong this year as a content creator. She, opened up her bio. Probably she's, those people who had private accounts. Now it's public. She's put there digital creator. In fact, she used to be a manager. For the longest time, I think she used to manage Njugush. Yes, she was Njugush's manager because I remember I'd reached out to her for some work. She was Njugush's manager for the longest time. I don't know that she's still managing him, but now she's also a content creator with her own channel, successful, working with brands. That's how you take up space, okay? So even for you guys, I want you guys to just take up space in 2024. There's no more trying. We're not trying. We are doing the damn thing. You've seen how content creation is changing people's lives. People are buying cars, people are buying their mama houses, they're building houses, they're traveling, they're just changing, breaking generational curses, So if 2024 is your year to thrive, let me know in the comments which creator you are looking to emulate. I think for me personally, it would be all of them, just a mashup of everyone. Be fearless, good content, consistency, take up space, Let me know in the comments who has stood out the most to you in this year. And if you have any creator also that I have not mentioned, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Remember to subscribe. And yeah, let's take up space in 2024. Bye.